Today we're going to be giving you guys a full breakdown of what it's like actually living in Boise, Idaho from a local perspective, where I could have separated and left Idaho, and I actually decided in the last 3 years to call it home and move closer to the Boise area. I've learned a lot of pros and cons since living here, especially with the growth that's happened over the last year. So make sure you guys stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff you're probably not thinking about that you should know. So guys, when I officially moved here in 2017, I was originally stationed at Mountain Home, but one thing I did not expect is to have a real lively downtown. I thought it was going to be more small town, not a lot of activity going on, and low energy, right? So as I've lived here now for the last couple of years and actually moved closer to the Boise area, you can see there's all these people that are driving around. You have people walking around, they're talking business, they're talking family, they're talking vacations. It's just a really good vibe. Now you will see there is some construction, because here's the thing, guys, Boise has been growing, and it's been growing super fast compared to a lot of the other cities across the country, but it's growing in all the best ways, right? You have a ton of great new restaurants coming, you have a ton of job opportunities, the economy is absolutely booming. And something that you'll notice is, as we're walking around, downtown is super clean. So like I said, as it continues to grow, what are some of the pros and some of the cons that I think are coming from it? I think on the pro side, a lot of people are excited about being able to go explore new restaurants. A lot of people are super excited about, you know, new job opportunities, maybe more wages, higher wages, because on the con side of this is you do have people that are starting to complain a little bit about traffic. But that's because traffic for local people have gotten significantly worse. Whereas if you compare it to, you know, somewhere like Los Angeles or maybe even Denver, it's significantly laughable to laugh as far as what traffic congestion looks like in Boise and the surrounding areas. Now, another pro that I didn't really think about, or something that I started to notice when we moved out here and started getting more involved with the community, is that the sense of community is like no other. I mean, it's a very tight-knit community. You have a lot of things going on, especially on the event side. There is so many great events, from the Boise Spirit of Balloons, you have the Country Music Festival, you also have so many different things dependent on what you're into, where they have a bunch of Facebook groups even created, and those are all things that you kind of pick up as you go. Now here's one thing that I personally was kind of nervous about when I moved here, is I like to play sports. I'm like a kid in the inside, but like I still like to go out and compete, right? And I thought I might lose that sense of competition, and we ended up finding a sports league where it's co-ed. You can play flag football, basketball, baseball, and softball, and even and they even have kickball tournaments every now and then. But it was allowing me to still be able to find my group of people, and regardless of what your people look like or what your friend group may look like, you're definitely going to be able to find it here, because it's just so different, and the people here are so friendly. That was another thing that really threw me off, and I know it's mentioned, but truthfully, once you find your tribe, you're just going to absolutely love it here. Now, one thing I do want to point out real quick is that Boise does have a huge respect for like art and some of those different things. You have Freak Alley here in downtown. In addition to that, if you come over here and you look at even one of the buildings right there, you'll see they have a really nice big painted mural on one of the banking buildings, which is super cool. But you're just gonna find all these nice little things that you kind of pick up as you live in the local area or walk around the local area, especially like the Greenbelt. The Greenbelt is a very popular area for a lot of people, where they like to walk or bike or take their dogs on a run. It's just a really good time. So those are some of the things as far as what surprised me, but we're also going to show you guys some things that you're going to really love enjoying doing, and maybe some of the amenities that you may not know that Boise offers. So we're going to go ahead and head to the next spot right now. All right, guys, so this is a really good corner to start the video. I want to show you as we kind of drive up to the mall. Here in this corner, you got a Longhorn Steakhouse, you got a Plato's Closet. Over there, you're going to have Cabela's, Best Buy, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. Guys, let me tell you something. I am a TJ Maxx Home Goods fiend. I absolutely love it. I'm not allowed in there because every time I end up spending $400, $500, $600,000 somehow. Don't ask me why. Bringing my girlfriend along with me, even worse combination. Not a good idea at all. In addition to that, on top of TJ Maxx goods, you also have Dick's Sporting Goods. You also have a Chipotle. You have, this is going to be a fun fact for you guys. You have an Olive Garden and a Petco and Verizon and all that. But here's going to be the mall as we kind of pull in here. You're going to see there's a Macy's, there's Old Chicago, there's Boise Towne Square. That's actually what the mall is called. To the right, you have some of the trade-off stores here. But we're actually going to walk into the mall. And also, one more spot that I want to show you as we're kind of driving up here is going to be In-N-Out. So you do have an In-N-Out here. Yes, crazy enough, In-N-Out right next to the mall, which is my personal opinion awesome. depending on how you feel about it. I mean, it's up to you. It's just a good cheeseburger in my opinion. You get a nice little 4x4, you know, secret menu burger. Get the animal fries with the cheese on top. Oh, it's game over for me personally. But anyways, we're gonna go into the mall, show you guys a little bit of that, walk around and show you guys the food court, maybe show you guys some of the shopping. It's kind of crazy. It's a little packed, as you guys can see. Parking wise, there's quite a bit of people here for a Thursday, but then again, it is Valentine's Day weekend, so there's probably people like myself that should be last second shopping, and my girlfriend's recording, so that makes it fun. Just joking. We're gonna be going to Hawaii, so that'll be super fun. We're going to Maui. Would love your guys' suggestions, by the way, if you're watching this video. If you want to put it in the comments, let us know some things that you really enjoyed if you've been to or have gone to Maui. But we're gonna park real quick and then we're gonna pick up the video when we head inside. All right guys, we're at the mall. I'm gonna show you guys some short snippets of what's available in the mall. Let's check it out. So guys, we're gonna be driving through downtown as we get ready to head to the next destination, but just some things I kind of wanted to point out is you do have a tree line downtown, which is not your typical downtowns, right? Usually it's just a bunch of skyscrapers, a bunch of tall buildings, but you're going to notice you have some kind of corner lot spots, kind of like this one here to the left, where either it's a coffee shop or a sushi shop or something of that nature. This is a very popular one here coming up on the right side, and that's going to be the Flying Coffee House, or Flying M Coffee House I should say, and they are super good. That's probably one of the top ones that a lot of people go to. And in addition to some of the restaurants and commercial buildings that you're going to see, you're also going to see some of the new restaurants that are popping up as well. For example, coming up, we actually had dinner here not too long ago. There was a really nice restaurant. What was it called? El Guacho, I think? El Gacho? It was El Gacho, I believe. And the steak and fine dining experience was awesome. And guys, just kind of to mention it, you can kind of see some people are here walking around, super lively, kind of like I mentioned earlier. You see some of the art on the buildings, some of the construction on the buildings. You see a little bit of everything, right? Now you also have Moon's Kitchen Cafe right there, which is where it previously was. I believe they just moved it not too long ago. You also have Tupelo Honey coming up here, which is a very popular spot if you're looking for a nice little breakfast or brunch spot. They do dinners as well. Now guys, one thing that we didn't talk about a lot is going to be the nightlife. Now a lot of people love to go out, have a drink with their friends or whatnot. If that's you, then the good news is you do have a couple of bars in different areas that you can go and enjoy. You also have a couple of the clubs as well. Now those are usually no entry fee or anything of that nature. It's not like, you know, any of the popular cities like Las Vegas or anything where you have to pay to get in. But I will say there isn't like a huge nightclub scene either, right? Just think smaller city means a lot less nightlife, if that makes sense. So you'll have your select few, right? You have Strange Love, which is a popular one. They play some R&B, hip hop. They play some techno and EDC music. EDC, EDM. It's one or the other. Sorry guys, don't hate me for that. Curious, with those of you that are listening, let me know what you guys personally listen to. And also guys, just as a side note, we do have an amazing relocation guide. It's actually in the video details below. If you guys press on the link for the relocation guide, or text or call this number that you're going to see pop up on the screen, or scan the QR code, you'll be able to download that for free. But getting back to it guys, nightclub life, I mean, you have a couple of clubs, like I said, Strange Love, you have Humpin' Hannah's, which is an absolutely insane off-the-wall place. They play a lot of the classic hits and all that fun stuff, and they throw some very interesting, what's the proper word to say? Tools for those of you that like to have an extra good time. to describe it in that sense. And then of course you have a couple of other clubs. One of the other popular ones is going to be La Mode, for those of you that just like to want to lounge and chill and have a really good drinking experience with your friends. Really popular spot. And then you also have Karma, which is one of those spots where it's a club, but it also has a little video game and pool table and boxing. You know, that one thing where you can punch it and it'll tell you how hard you hit the score wise, right? So that's really cool. But now that we're a little bit out of downtown, I actually want to switch the conversation over to the real estate side of things. So we're actually in the north end. Now, a lot of people have asked us, hey, where's a good place that we can live where we kind of want something tree lined, but not too far from downtown, because we still want to be able to go to the Greenbelt or walk our dogs. So this is the north end, guys. So you're going to see this is a lot more historic. It has a lot more of that old time charm. But you also have houses that are renovated and kind of brought up to speed. And I'll show you, like, for example, some of these houses to the left, you're going to see that they have the brick style, and then you also have nice modern houses like this, or even houses that have been renovated a little bit. And, you know, not necessarily like a gentrification side of things, but more so just nicer homes with really close proximity to the entire community, which is super nice. And this is very attractive for people that do enjoy, you know, easy small town living, but still proximity wise to downtown is important to them. Now, this isn't the only neighborhood. We're actually going to pop over to the next neighborhood, which is Southeast Boise. So we'll see you guys there. Guys, now real quick, something I want to mention that I don't want to forget about is, if you guys didn't know, Boise actually does have a professional hockey team. Then they actually play here at the Idaho main arena. And something really cool, we actually just attended another event. They also have MMA fights in there. We've had Kevin Hart come out there. Now, this is going to be one of the cons that, you know, a lot of people they're okay. They can look over it, because honestly, it's just a short flight away if you decide that you want to go to a big name concert. But not a lot of big names come out here. Kevin Hart is one of those that do come out here. I'm a big fan of Kevin Gates. If you don't know who he is, not a big deal. Probably better that you don't. But we also have a couple other people that are, you know, some decent names. We've had Post Malone out here a couple of times, but you're not going to get too many big names or celebrities like, you know, I almost said Britney Spears, but she's not really relevant anymore. I'm thinking more so, who's that one girl that a lot of people, Billie Eilish, that's the name I was looking for. Billie Eilish isn't probably going to come out to Boise, Idaho, so that is going to be one of the cons as far as the city being as small as it is. But a lot of people are willing to go and, you know, hop on a quick plane or make the quick drive to Utah, or even Seattle is pretty close. So we don't have an NFL, you know, stadium or anything like that, any professional league athletes outside of the hockey team. But you do have collegiate sports for those of you that are maybe into football or maybe into baseball. We do have a professional baseball league, but they're not, you know, major league. They're more going to be some of your lower leagues, similar to like the G League of the NBA and all that. So you do have some collegiate sports. You also have a great environment when it comes to Boise State football. If you haven't seen the blue turf, it is one of the coolest things, in my personal opinion. But also, it's kind of different, right? Like, we've been to an NFL game and it's awesome, it's jam-packed, but some of those college games, they're just so much more. You can really feel the love and the passion that they have when you're watching one of those football games. So, personal opinion, if you haven't been to a collegiate game or BSU football game, you definitely want to make that one of the things that you check out. It is super awesome, and you can, of course, get season tickets, and it's a great time. So, just didn't want to leave that part out, but there is a lot of cool stuff that does happen here, although it's just may not be the biggest names in the world that are going to come to Boise. But outside of that, oh, you know what? Let me not forget, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll has also been out to Boise as well. So you do get some big names, just not, you know, the max potential. It's not like, you know, Dallas or, you know, what's another spot? San Antonio or Denver, where you're going to get a lot of the big names. Miami, of course. So those spots, you're definitely going to get all the big guys out there, or girls. But for the most part, Boise, you get a couple here and there, which is super cool. And some of the people that have come, like Kevin Hart, and who was the guy we watched the other day? Shane Gills. Was it Shane Gills? Shane Gills did come out. Shane Gills was awesome. And then we also know, who's the guy that always takes the shirt off when he does the comedy skits? Brett, goodness gracious. You guys, I think you guys know who I'm talking about. If you know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments for me, because it's gonna kill me that I can't remember that name right now. I'm not a names guy, I'm definitely a face guy. But a lot of great people come out. So I just wanted to make sure I told you guys a little bit about that, because some people have asked as far as concerts or people who come out, who are some of the folks that I know do come out and what events are there that you can attend. But for the most part, they do a really good job. And something really fun we did was also Bingo Loco, or Loco Bingo. That was super fun as well. Loco Bingo, I think. But all right, moving on to the next thing. Let's show you guys some of these houses. Now we're going to be talking about Southeast Boise. As you guys can see, this is probably one of the best views, and you do have some of that great houses over here on this area. They also have some really amazing views on the edge there. Now, what you guys don't know about Southeast Boise, it is one of the closest neighborhoods outside of the North End, which, by the way, I didn't mention this, but you guys are probably curious, what does price point look like in the North End versus here versus some of the other places we're going to talk about? So the North End, you can expect it's going to be about 850,000 to $1 million plus. And the reason why is obviously due to proximity. When you're going to be that close to downtown Boise, you definitely want to make sure that you understand pricing is going to have a huge impact to the proximity of where you're at. So Southeast Boise, now this is 5 to 10 minutes away from Boise, downtown specifically, so you're going to pay a little less than you actually would believe. This is actually going to start around anywhere between 500 to north of 700, depending on the house. Now, of course, if you're gonna be in one of those houses right there on the edge, of course, you should expect that. Sorry, we had a plane come overhead, which is something that you should plan if you do live in Southeast Boise. You also wanna make sure that you understand what happens externally around your property that you're purchasing. So Southeast Boise is right next to the airport, so you also have close proximity there. But as far as the houses that I was talking about right there on the kind of edge of the hill where you have those spectacular views, it's going to be probably close to the price point of 900,000 plus. So any house that has like a foothill, or even the foothills that you can kind of see, let's see if we can point them out right there. Can you guys, if you guys can't see that, that's actually North Harris Ranch, and we've done some pretty significant amount of videos over there because we absolutely love the neighborhood. But that neighborhood is going to be starting at 1.16 million and north of that price point. Now you do have other neighborhoods kind of underneath there where they may not have as nice as a view, but those homes are still going to be relatively on the 600 plus price point, as well as you climb in square footage and finishes and all that fun stuff, it will climb in price as well. Now we're also going to be checking out two other neighborhoods, or two different areas as well. One of them is going to be Southwest Boise. This is where a lot of the new construction is happening, where a lot of the push is going to be. And hopefully you guys can't hear the airplane above me, but like I said, if you're gonna live in Southeast Boise, you're gonna have to plan for hearing external sounds like that, and it's gonna happen throughout the day and night. So it's just one of those things that there's pros and cons to different areas, but that's why it's so important that if you guys are curious about moving here, to definitely reach out. You'll see my cell phone number as well as my email pop up. Book a call with me. You're gonna see a QR code pop up on the screen, and if you just scan that code, you can book a call. It's just a 15-minute call to understand what your situation looks like, and then we can come up with a game plan from there. But let's go ahead and move on towards the next neighborhood. All right, guys, so the next spot, now, like I told you, we are in Southwest Boise. So you're going to see there's a lot of new construction homes similar to this one, and you'll also notice that there's a ton of land behind us. The land behind us is usually going to be empty lots, or people that are trying to get out of some of the land and take some of the equity that they've built over time. As it does continue to grow this way, they are heading towards Kuna and also towards Meridian. So it is starting to build out more and more as we go through the years. But you're going to notice a lot of new construction homes. Now, what's great about new construction homes versus resale homes out here is that they do offer 1-year home warranties typically, and that's going to cover anything. I mean, outside of, if you pull a Kyle and punch a wall because you got angry, they're probably not going to cover that, right? But if something happens to the HVAC unit, or the roof is collapsing, whatever the case is, hopefully it doesn't happen. Have not heard of any roofs collapsing, or maybe the crawl space starts to flood or something crazy, right, out of the norm, they will take care of it. So that is a great benefit to go into the new construction route. And of course, you guys can kind of see, some of these homes look similar and some of them look a little different and unique, but it really just depends on the neighborhood. There's a lot of builders out here, whether you're looking in North End or South End Boise, and even some of the surrounding areas where you can even find a lot. They'll let you pick the floor plan you want, and then you can customize the house from the floors, the cabinets, to whatever it is, right, you can possibly imagine. Now, they may not let you paint the house pink, but the good thing is there's also homes that are typically for sale that are resale homes in no HOA neighborhoods where you can go absolutely berserk, and if you want to have a Barbie house, you can do that. So depending on what that is you're looking for, like I said, guys, I would recommend doing your research. And we actually just officially launched our app. So this app is faster than realtor.com. It's faster than Zillow.com. If you guys want to download it, it's going to be in the video description below. It is Living in Boise if you just want to search it. It's on Apple and also the Google store. And it'll give you guys notifications when houses pop up that fit the criteria you're looking for, or If you're looking for potentially selling your house because you live here and wanting to upgrade, also great for giving you your house value and helping you find a home. So there's so many different things. In addition to that, there's also restaurants on there. You also have a bunch of recommendations. It'll tell you when there's events that are happening nearby you. It's a really great app overall, and we took a lot of time and spent a lot of money trying to develop this to make it the best thing possible for you. So we're super excited about that, but that is gonna be the neighborhood. So guys, we talked about so much today. We showed you guys a little bit about what it looks like to live in Boise. We showed you downtown. We showed you some of the neighborhoods. This neighborhood, by the way, before I forget, price point wise, you want to say probably anywhere between $500,000 and up, depending on location, size of home, etc., etc. You're going to have a really good mix of what you can find in South Boise, especially on the new construction side. So if you guys have questions, if you haven't already, press the subscribe button. Make sure you guys press that. And if you have any questions that we didn't hit on and you would like more information about, make sure you guys comment it, or the better thing to do is going to be scheduling a call with me for a 15-minute call. The best way to book a call with me is going to be, once again, scanning the QR code that pops up on your screen, calling me or texting me or emailing me. And the more you can tell me about your current situation, the better I will be able to help with our call once you do schedule that. So thank you guys. And if you didn't already, last thing I'm gonna tell you to do, press the bell at the top of the screen. It'll notify you when we make more amazing videos like this. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. See you on the next video.